Hello, today I will be making this teto paper doll. I designed it myself, and like a week ago I printed it out on my mom's printer, and now nobody's home, so I have time to make a video about it. So, first off, I noticed that her feet are like cut off. You can see that I must have measured it wrong because now you can see the little ends of her feet have been chopped off. So what I'm planning to do is once I get her assembled, I'm just going to remove the little pink parts at the bottom and just pretend that those were never there, and hopefully that will make things look okay. So first off, I will be getting 2 sheets of blank paper, and I will be gluing them to this base piece just so that it can have a bit of extra stability. So I'm going to do that. I don't have anything to hold my phone while I record and cut at the same time, so I'm just going to skip to that part. Okay, I've got her glued on using this really old glue stick I found in my pencil case, and originally I was planning on using this as like a little rolling pin like this, just getting it across to spread it, but I realized this thing is like covered in stains, so I don't want to get her dirty. I'm gonna have to think of something else. Well, yeah, I can lay these pieces of paper, and now I'm just going to start rolling over. I am genuinely surprised at my ingenuity. I have no idea how I managed to come up with that so quickly, but anyways, I will be cutting her out now. Okay, now I've got her cut out, and to be honest, it didn't come out that great, but I'm kind of rushing here because I don't want any of my family members to get home before I'm done and then see me holding a naked, eyeless, bald woman. So I'm just going to get onto the cutting out the rest of her part. And ironically, what ended up happening after that was that my little sister got home. And so now the rest of this will be a voiceover segment. And while we're on the topic of voiceover, I am sorry about the terrible audio quality. As I was reviewing this, I noticed that it kind of gets distorted. This is a pretty old phone I'm recording on, so the audio quality is not very good. And also, here's some footage of her being printed out. And now we will be resuming to the main part of me building her. So here is the part where I started trying to cut out her hair. I laid it on top of another piece of paper, and I was planning on gluing them together like I did with the body so that it would have a little more stability. And here is some footage of me once I have it glued on, and there it is once I cut it out. And now in my hand I am holding her eyes, which I've also cut out along with her hair. Those eyes look kind of silly. And here I am placing the eye in the middle of her head, because now she is a cyclops, actually. And here she is completed in terms of main body. She's still naked. There she is with her eyes and hair now, so she's not completely bald and eyeless, which is a little better than what she used to be. Now she needs some clothes. And also I decided to pet her. There I am, panning to the cutout clothes, which have all been set up and laid out for her to get dressed in. Now here is a little view of all of the individual pieces which will be going onto her. Here she is with her skirt laid on. And now she has put on a shirt, which is good. Now she only has a few more things to put on. And now here I have gotten everything glued onto her, and she is pretty much completed. Here is a little view of everything down to her feet, which I had to cut off because I measured the paper wrong, and now I can pick her up, and she's quite sturdy. The 3 layers of paper was a good idea because now she doesn't really flop around like a bunch of paper, which she is, but now she is a little more resistant and sturdy. And I can pick her up by the waist and hold her like a cute little creature. And now I am waving her around at the camera, and here I am petting her again. A little head pat. here is a nice view of her from her entire body, and there is a nice view of her head, and you can quite see her well.